सारे जहां से अच्छा हिंदुस्तान हमारा हमारा सारे जहां से अच्छा. Good morning and wishing you all a very happy Republic Day. I request everyone to turn on their videos and please mute yourselves.
On this day, I, Shambhavi, on behalf of the Student Council, would like to extend a warm welcome and heartfelt greetings to our Honorable Principal Madam, respected teacher, and all my dear friends. We all have gathered here today to celebrate Republic Day 2022 and commemorate India's 73 years of democracy.
Republic Day every year is celebrated on January 26th to remember the day when the Constitution of India came into effect after India gained independence after a very long freedom struggle. A salute of 21 guns and the unfurling of the Indian national flag by Dr. Rajendra Prasad heralded the historic birth of the Indian Republic on that day. Ever since that historic day, January 26th is celebrated with festivities and patriotic fervor all across the country.
Let us begin our day by the flag unfurling ceremony. Now, I request all of you to stand and show veneration towards our nation India.
Is it audible?
Yes, ma'am.
No, ma'am. Audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav is an initiative of the Government of India to celebrate and commemorate 75 years of progressive India and the glorious history of its people, culture, and achievements. Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav is an embodiment of all that is progressive about India's socio-cultural, political, and economic identity. झेंडा आमचा प्रिय देशाचा फडकत महान करितो आम्ही प्रणाम याला करितो आम्ही प्रणाम. Presenting to you our first event, that is the Marathi patriotic poem recitation. Our participants for the poem recitation are from Azul House, Gaurav Kulkarni, from Rouge House, Atharva Patil, from John House, Jnaneshwari Narayan, and Verde House, Aryan Bhausa. Our finalists are Rouge House, Atharva Patil, and John House, Jnaneshwari Narayan.
मी अथर्व पाटील रोज हाऊसकडून आज तुमच्यासाठी एक मराठी कविता प्रस्तुत करणार आहे. आमचा भारत महान. शहीद झाले अनेक शूरवीर रक्षण करण्या भारत भूमीचे. शहीद झाले अनेक शूरवीर रक्षण करण्या भारत भूमीचे. मुळीच नाही विसरू आपण बलिदान या क्रांतीवीरांचे. वंदन करूया त्या लढवयांना जे लढले स्वातंत्र्यासाठी. वंदन करूया त्या लढवयांना जे लढले स्वातंत्र्यासाठी. गाऊया राष्ट्रगान आपल्या भारत मातेसाठी. विविधतेने नटलेला माझा भारत देश महान. विविधतेने नटलेला माझा भारत देश महान. विविधतेत ही एकता हीच खरी भारताची शान. भूमीवर वाहे पवित्र यमुना आणि गंगा, भूमीवर वाहे पवित्र यमुना आणि गंगा, उंच आकाशात फडकत राहे आमचा प्रिय तिरंगा. स्वतंत्रता दिवस आहे भारताच्या विजयाचा, स्वतंत्रता दिवस आहे भारताच्या विजयाचा. गर्व आहे मला मी भारतीय असल्याचा, गर्व आहे मला मी भारतीय असल्याचा. थँक्यू.
Let us unmute and clap for him, all of us. Very well spoken.
क्लॅप करना.
नमस्कार, माझं नाव ज्ञानेश्वरी. मी जॉन हाऊसचे प्रतिनिधित्व करत आहे. आज मी स्वातंत्र्याचे सुवर्ण महोत्सव या विषयावर एक कविता प्रस्तुत करत आहे. उत्सव तीन रंगांचा, उत्सव तीन रंगांचा आभाळी आज सजला, उत्सव तीन रंगांचा आभाळी आज सजला. नतमस्तक मी त्या सर्वांसाठी ज्यांनी भारत देश घडवला. रंग बलिदानाचे त्या तिरंग्यात पहावे, रंग बलिदानाचे त्या तिरंग्यात पहावे. उत्साह देशप्रेमाचा अंगी संचारावा. या जन्माचा नजराना मायभूमीत पेश व्हावा, तिरंगाच माझा गणवेश व्हावा. या भूमीचा आम्ही कन्या कोमल भावमनी, या भूमीचा आम्ही कन्या कोमल भावमनी. फुलकोवळ्या तरी प्रसंगी हो रणरागिनी. हिमालया परी शीतल आम्ही आग पेटली परी उरात. पाऊल पडके परता येथे बळ वज्राचे याच करात. तनी मनी बहरू दे नवजोम, तनी मनी बहरू दे नवजोम. होऊ दे पुलकित रोम रोम, होऊ दे पुलकित रोम. जय घोष भारताचा आसमंती गुंजावा, जय घोष भारताचा आसमंती गुंजावा. सुवर्ण महोत्सव स्वातंत्र्याचा सदैव चिरायू व्हावा, सुवर्ण महोत्सव स्वातंत्र्याचा सदैव चिरायू व्हावा. धन्यवाद. जय हिंद.
Very good. Please unmute. Clap for her. Beautiful. Well spoken, both the contestants.
Please put your hands together for students from class 8 who truly expressed their love and respect and made us feel so proud of being Indians. We all know how poetry was one of the mediums through which the idea of nationalism was brought about among the people. Thank you for this enthusiastic poem recitation, class 8.
A folk tale is a story created by the folk or common people. Folk tales are passed down from generation to generation through oral tradition. Just the way our spirit of patriotism keeps growing day to day, folk tales bring out a moral for people that in a way motivate and help them in their daily lives.
Now let's all use the raise your hands icon to applaud our students. Let's welcome grade 9 students to present a folk tale from Odisha.
Here is very common but interesting folk tale from Odisha, presented by Ruhika Mishra, Zara Patel and Aryan Tole. This is about how the sun rises every morning on the voice of rooster. Long, long ago, there were 7 suns in the sky. Their rays made the earth so hot that human beings could not bear it. So, the 7 siblings belonging to a tribe called Monda decided to kill the sun. They shot arrows at them and were able to kill 6 of them. The 7th son hid behind a hill.
Now, with the sun gone, there was darkness everywhere. The rabbits walked over the lions, the elephants bumped into the trees, and the deer could not see the lion. There was confusion all around. To solve this problem, the brothers and sisters decided to have a meeting. One of the child told them that there was still a sun alive and was hiding behind the hill. But who was supposed to bring back the sun? The oldest brother, who was very powerful, said that he would bring the sun. He called out to the sun, "Sun, sun, please come back. Please shine on us. Don't run away." But the sun did not rise.
The second oldest sister was called out next. She raised her voice and screamed, "Sun, sun, please come back." But the sun did not listen to her. Another sister danced and pleaded, "Sun, sun, please come back." But the sun refused to come out. One after another, every sibling called out to the sun. Finally, a rooster offered to call the sun. Everybody laughed.
A rooster? But how can a rooster help us?
The eldest brother said the rooster should be allowed to try. So the rooster stepped forward and crowed gently, "Cuckoo-doo-coo, cuckoo-doo-coo." To everyone's surprise, the sun peeped out a little from behind the hill. The rooster crowed again, but this time more boldly, "Cuckoo-doo-coo, cuckoo-doo-coo." And this time the sun came a little higher. And now he crowed for the third time, this time but more boldly and loudly, "Cuckoo-doo-coo, cuckoo-doo-coo." The sun came high and was shining bright. This time the sun was shining high and bright. Every human and animal was relieved and delighted. Ever since that day, when the rooster crows, "Cuckoo-doo-coo, cuckoo-doo-coo," the sun rises high up in the sky. The end.
This indeed was an outstanding and flag-waving performance presented by grade 9. The artworks by patriotic Indian artists celebrated the diversity and uniqueness of India, focusing on both being traditional and contemporary. Through a piece of art, one can convey the spirit of patriotism, their devotion to, and vigorous support for their beloved country. Here, we present the inventive and artistic drawings of students from grade 6 and 7. Please put your hands together for our students. Our participants for the drawing competition from Azul House, Vaibhav Shankar. From Rouge House, Shaurya Patil. From Jean House, Arshia Rana. From Verde House, Parnika Kotwade. Our finalists are from Jean House, Arshia Rana, and from Verde House, Parnika Kotwade.
You have put a lot of work and energy into making this artwork, and it has paid off very well.
The youth are often called the future of the nation. As the leaders in various fields, they will help improve the status of the country. The youth have a strong feeling of patriotism and express their opinions openly and are passionate about the future of the country. Every youth must respect and give back to the nation, that it has done so much for us, and must keep the ideologies in our constitution alive, love and protect our country. Here is a video about the same.
Oh, and in the air, but wide of Clark, just wide of him. It went like a rocket to the boundary. Clark looked just a little bit wrong-footed. He looked as if he might have been...
Mom, Dad, what's the plan for tomorrow?
Nothing, baby. We wake up late and we go out for lunch because tomorrow's a holiday. Chalo, Bea, it's eating time.
Let's go. Mom.
Yes.
What's the plan for tomorrow?
Let's go to bed for now. Come, let's go. Vian, let's go. Come, let's leave for now. Vihan? Vihan? Vihan?
Vihan!
Vihan?
Vihan!
Sameer?
Very powerful message. Very powerful.
It is now time to announce the winners of the events. I would like to thank all the participants who presented their work. I now invite our principal Uma Ma'am to address our audience and declare the results for the events conducted.
Thank you, Simran. And once again, wish you all a very, very happy Republic Day, the 73rd Republic Day of our country, the day when we adopted our constitution, and because of which we are able to have one of the longest constitution in the history of the world, and that too the written one. It was not an easy task. It was taken care of by the Constituent Assembly, headed by our very dear Dr. Baba Sahib Ambedkar, who ensured that every person in our society has the possibility of a great life and an opportunity to live the life happily and with progress, and that they would contribute to the nation. Because of which we have seen 73 years of immense progress in our country. We have also seen that we have been able to, as a nation, we have been able to come at par with some of the countries of the world which got their independence 200, sometimes 300 years ago. And in 73 years, for us to achieve that, I think is worthy of a big round of applause for our nation. We are a country that we are all very rooted in our tradition, in our culture. Our feet are on the ground. We don't let ourselves fly so high that we forget our past, which is an unusual thing for a nation of this magnitude to achieve. It's very easy for us to forget our past. It's very easy to forget our traditions and our age-old practices. But for a country like ours, we have ensured that we don't forget. We write everything down. We practice it every day. And because of which we are able to send people to space, into the universe, as well as keep our feet down very firmly on the motherland. This is a very unusual characteristic of a nation. I find this in few other countries like Japan and Korea, but otherwise in the Western nations we find very different attitude towards culture and tradition. And I think as educators and as learners, we should not forget this part of our journey in our life, because this is the part that holds us down, holds us together, keeps us united. When I look at all the different things that have been happening in the history of the world, I find that small ethnic clashes, small religious and communal differences, small clashes between ideologies has split nations into very small units. But I must say that for a country like ours, we have been attacked, we have been ruled over, we are continuously being put to the test, and yet we have not divided ourselves. This is another point that is absolutely worthy of our of our devotion and our patriotism to our country. When we talk about, I constantly hear some songs which I like because it's very sweet to listen to. This is a song that is very old song which says, "Aao bachcho, tumhe dikhaye झांकी हिंदुस्तान की, इस मिट्टी से तिलक करो, ये धरती है बलिदान की." And then that teacher takes those children in the train and he shows those children the north, south, east, west. He shows the rivers, the oceans, he shows the mountains and the forests. And that song, it resonates so deeply with me because we have one of the greatest wonders of the natural world in our country. And it is so important for us to ensure that we take care of it. We ensure that it is passed on to the future generations so they can enjoy it as much as we do. Now, coming to the Republic Day and the current situation, we all have seen, we hear a lot about political differences. We hear a lot about, like I said, ideological differences. We hear communal differences. We hear state versus state differences. But there is something that holds us all together. We may have differences, but all of us, we pitch in when it is time to ensure that our country stays together. And that is an amazing quality of the Indian people. So important for us to remain connected with that one thread that calls us all Indians. We are nothing but Indians. We are nobody but Indians, isn't it? So where are we today as a nation? We are here at a very crucial juncture of our lives, as a nation, that we have powerful countries of the world looking up to us. Can you imagine? Looking up to us to see solutions, to seek solutions, to find out that how is India handling something. And then when you look at the pandemic situation, in the beginning, yes, we had a lot of issues because we are a huge population. Obviously, things cannot be done at a massive level when a crisis occurs. It takes a little time. And let me tell you, every country of this world, even the United Nations, have come together to say that India has handled it very well despite the huge population. India has handled it very well despite that, which means that basically Indians are very resilient people. Indians are people who know how to understand, to deal with the situation. And you know, one word that is normally used by everyone, and that is जुगाड़ करना. जुगाड़ करके हम situation को कैसे भी हम handle करते हैं. So this is a huge quality of the Indian people. Okay, so the pandemic has shown us that we can do with less. Material wealth is not as important as character and personality. It has shown that learning can take place from any corner of the world. It has shown that good people come out at the time of crisis and bad people take advantage at the time of crisis. It has shown that India as a nation is not only able to help its own citizens, it is also able to help citizens in other countries of the world, which is absolutely fantastic and something to be really proud of as a country. So this is where we are now. Now, what is the future of our nation? It is something that none of us can say, okay, you know, this is the direction we are going. This is what we are going to achieve. This is how we are going to achieve it. Why? Because the pandemic has changed the way people look at their lives and look at their future. Because every day is going to teach us something different, something new. And those who are open to these new things in our lives, these are the people who are going to take it forward and work for the future of our country. And let me tell you, many people say that, you know, children study here and then they go abroad and the best years of their lives are given abroad. Let me tell you one thing, our children, if we take care of their thought process correctly, we will be able to keep them in our country, and the best years of their lives they will be able to give to our country. What they're going to do, even I, as a principal, cannot tell you, because 10 years from now, what we are looking at, our jobs may not exist. 90% of the jobs may not exist. So what can we do as teachers? What can we do as students? We can build skill, character, and personality, and have good direction in your mind. Okay, this is what I'm going to do, and this is how I'm going to do it. Yes. So let us look at our future with an open mind. We need to open our minds. We need to say that, okay, you know, I have chalked it down like yesterday in the PD section, goals and all that. Okay, these are my goals and all that. Rather, you remove the word goals and you write, what are my skills that I need to develop? And the minute you write skills, you change your perspective. You change the way you think. You change the way you are going to act. Because for skills, you cannot have a goal. You can just work on it every day and become the person you want to become. Become the person you want to become. You will be able to handle any situation that the world is going to throw at you. And that is an amazing skill for all of us to have. Yes. So on this Republic Day, there are a few things that I have spoken about. One is our past has shown us how in the greatest a group of people have come together and they created a vision for a country that 70 years, 100 years from now, this is how the nation is. Can you imagine what visionaries they were? That 70 years from then, they were able to visualize what would be in our country and how people would handle it. And that kind of vision ordinary people don't have. So we must thank the Constituent Assembly. Second, what is the present? Present in India has shown us we are all resilient people, we are tolerant people, we know how to handle our lives. And we have seen so many heroes come out and help people who were less privileged. And third, the future belongs to those who can reskill and upskill themselves, not learn, unlearn and relearn. It is reskill and upskill themselves and create character and strength of personality, which will take you to any opportunity which can help you to take up any opportunity to the best of your ability. So these are the three basic things I feel that every Republic Day we can take an oath to ensure that our lives don't belong only to us, it belongs to other people. And the more you give, like in the video it was shown, the more you give, the more you get back. So with this message, I wish to wish all of you once more a very, very happy Republic Day. I'm sure you all are looking forward now to the results. I didn't give the results before this because I thought, no one will listen to me. That is a trick of the trade anyway. So the results, first of all, let me tell you that, we think that children don't study at home, they don't do things at home, they don't work on themselves at home. But this competition has taught me that we should not underestimate our students. So when we don't underestimate our students, they prove to be much greater than what we think they are, right? So I'd like to announce the inter-house elocution results. Gaurav of Azul House got 6 points. Aryan Bhavsar of Verde House has got 8 points. Atharva Patil of Rouge House has got 8.5. And Naneshwari Narayan of Jean House has got 9 out of 10. So let us unmute and give them a big, big round of applause. Well done. Well done. In the inter-house art, I was blown away by Parnika's imagination, but I was equally blown away by Arshia's execution of her perception of our country. So there's a big difference between the two. Whereas Viraj and Vaibhav have done a great job. Viraj, Vaibhav, please don't feel bad, but for both of you from Azul House, I have given 7 points because in both ways I found that the drawing had some concepts which were really very interesting to see. From Verde House, Parnika with 8 points, and from Jean House, Arshia with 9 points. So today Jean House seems to have made a very clean sweep. Let us give them a big round of applause. Absolutely. At this point, I'd like to also congratulate Class 9 for such an interesting folk tales. Class 9, I always wondered, why is it that the cock crows in the morning? And today you all have revealed the great wisdom behind the cock crowing in the morning. Imagine if the cock didn't crow, the sun would never have risen. So on that note, once again, I will hand you over back to the compeers. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. Hearty congratulations to all the winners. ओ देश मेरे तेरी शान पे सदके कोई धन है क्या तेरी धूल से बढ़ के. Presenting a graceful, elegant and cultural patriotic dance by students of grade 10. Please use the raise your hands icon to applaud our students.
ओ देश मेरे तेरी शान पे सदके कोई धन है क्या तेरी धूल से बढ़ के तेरी धूप से रोशन तेरी हवा पे जिंदा तू बाग है मेरा मैं तेरा परिंदा है अर्ज़ ये दीवाने की जहाँ बोर सुहानी देखी एक रोज वही मेरी शाम हो कभी याद करे जो जमाना माटी पे मर मिट जाना जिक्र में शामिल मेरा नाम हो ओ देश मेरे तेरी शान पे सदके कोई धन है क्या तेरी धूल से बढ़ के तेरी धूप से रोशन तेरी हवा पे जिंदा तू बाग है मेरा मैं तेरा परिंदा
Very nice. Congratulations, class 10. Well done.
I now call our school captain Shravani Tatil to propose the vote of thanks.
A warm and cherished morning to Honorable Principal Uma Ma'am, respected teachers, and all our distinguished participants and guests. On behalf of Wockhardt Global School and its entire fraternity, I feel immensely pleasure to propose the vote of thanks. I would take this opportunity to express my deep regards to our Principal Uma Ma'am for being a constant motivator and guiding us with innovative ideas to enlighten this program. I would like to thank the teaching staff for being proactive and determined and enthusiastic throughout the presentation and preparation. A deep sense of thanks and appreciation goes to all the participants and parents who have attended this event with great enthusiasm and have made today's event a great success. Last but not the least, I would like to thank the IT department for their cooperation to conduct this event. In the end, thank you all for being a part of the celebration and continuing the tradition of celebrating the Republic Day together, be it online. Take good care of yourselves and keep safe. Thank you.